Jamey Jasta from Hatebreed, and you're watching Chaos TV.
Hello everyone, we're here at Nostro with Jamey Jasta from Hatebreed. So how are you, man?
Good, doing good. Took the ferry here, beautiful day, nice weather, smooth ride. Got in last night, got some good local food, and everything's been nice.
So did you see anything crazy happening there in the ferry?
You know, it was in the daytime, so there's some drunk partiers, some day drinkers, but nothing too crazy. I gambled a little bit, lost some money on roulette, but you know, whenever I'm on those boats, I'm always like, oh man, I don't want to lose money gambling, but I'm so tempted. So, you know, I like the roulette wheel. Our tech with us, this guy Ollie, he gave me the lucky number 12, but it wasn't so lucky. I lost, so.
So 20 years, man. It's pretty much for a hardcore band or metal band. So what is your secret for so long-lasting career?
Well, it'll be 20 years coming up in November, and I guess the secret is just playing songs, writing songs you want to play live, you know, and getting that charge every night live. Luckily for us, the crowd is always very involved, and they want to hear, you know, if you're a Hatebreed fan, if you're a real Hatebreed fan, you like every record, and most people say they like every song, which is a very cool thing to hear, and I'm the same way. I don't have, there are no songs that I'm like, oh, I don't want to play that. I'm always psyched for everyone, so that's the secret, I think, just having songs that we're proud of. You know, there's no era of Hatebreed that we're embarrassed of. You know, we're very lucky to be one of those bands that we never had like a record that really tanked or changed the style or the sound. It's all pretty consistent.
So have there been downfall times that you have been like, okay, this is it, I'm done?
Maybe just like when our manager died back in 2003, 2004. You know, it was a pivotal time for us because with the Rise of Brutality coming out and losing everybody at Universal, you know, everyone expected the record to really flop, and they didn't market, they didn't really promote the record. They did what they could with the remaining staff who weren't fired, but the record ended up selling 250,000 copies, and we got nominated for a Grammy. We toured the world with Slipknot and Slayer, and we toured the U.S. with Dimebag and Vinnie Paul and their other band, Damage Plan, at the time. And so it actually turned out really great. So things really turned around for us then.
So what was your inspiration or influence when were you young, and do they still stand nowadays?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, I'm not like a real nostalgic person. I think the best times are now. I'm really kind of always in the moment and just, you know, enjoying the now, and sometimes if there's something coming up that I'm looking forward to, the future. But I just try to, like, tonight is the show I'm concerned about, and like the new record is the record I'm concerned about. But you have to go to the past sometimes and visit it, and I think any of those old records that I listened to growing up, most of the time when I hear them, I go, this is still great, you know. Like I was just listening to Cro-Mag's Age of Quarrel, and I was like, man, the lyrics are so like relevant for what's happening now, which is crazy because it came out in, you know, probably 87 or 86. So that's cool to see when, you know, when musical influences still stand up 20-something years later. That's the nice part of nostalgia. But doing like the basement shows and the riding in the floor of the van and sleeping on people's floors, like that's in the past. I don't look at it as like, oh, those were the glory days or back in the day. I'm not one of those like back in the day people. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about today.
So many bands have talked bad about their record labels, and they're not happy about the music industry nowadays. So what's your opinion about your record label? Are you happy, or would something be different?
Well, yeah, you know, when the check's clear, I'm happy because we get the budget, and the budget, you know, calls for a badass record, and we got to do our job, you know, and we do our job every time, we deliver. So you know, with Nuclear Blast in Europe, we charted in a lot of places that we didn't chart before, and the press was great. They did a great job with the press. And they worked the record. They're still working the record. We even talked about recently doing another video. So, yeah, I would say we're pretty happy. And then in the States, Razor and Tie was okay, but I don't really have anything bad to say about them. Because they're just like any other record label. They're a business. They gotta make money selling records. And I think we'll figure out what we'll do in America for the next record. But I would do another record with them. But if we're not contractually obligated to do it, let's see who's going to get in the mix and who wants to do it. I know there's always a record label interested in putting out Hatebreed because we've been consistent. We're not one of those bands that relies on the label. We're gonna sell records anywhere we go, and our fans are die hard. They're gonna support us.
So, are you familiar with Finnish hardcore scene or metal bands like today's warm up Sainthood and Bolt or Endstand, Finnish bands?
No, I'm not really too familiar with a lot of Finnish bands, but I, obviously the big popular metal and rock ones, for example, like Him or Children of Bodom or the stuff that's everybody knows. But usually when we come to a show like this, you play with the bands, you check them out. I always try to check out one or two songs. Most of the time before I'm about to play the show, it depends on how much I slept. Usually I'm sleeping. So people are like, "Where's Jasta? That lazy fuck, he's on the bus, he's taking a nap."
So how active are you on Facebook, or does someone else do the promoting there?
Oh, we have a guy that does like our Hatebreed.com and Hatebreed Facebook and everything. I have my own Facebook, facebook.com/JastaHQ. The same guy helps me with that too. But I'll post like if I go on Instagram, which I don't really do a lot, but if I do, I'll connect it to the Facebook and Twitter. Twitter I do pretty, I would say like 3 times a week. I answer fans' questions, and Twitter's been great. Like Instagram, it seems to me like it's more of like people who need attention. It's more of like an exercise in narcissism a little bit, but that's all right. I mean, everybody, people want attention. That's what social networking is. People are trying to promote their stuff or whatever. So I don't go on there a lot because I'm just not. I have so much responsibilities that I don't have time to look at people's food and their pictures of their dog or whatever. But God bless them. I mean, have fun. Like Wayne, our guitar player, he's really into Instagram, and he's getting a lot of followers on there. But like if I post a picture, it seems like a lot of whining. You know what I mean? Like why is the crowd not moving? Well, it's a photo. It's a still photo. Like that's like, so I just go, wow, this is weird, But Twitter I love because you just say what you got to say. We're playing tonight. Come to the show. We got a new T-shirt out. Check it out. We got a new record out. Check it out. You gotta, and I've had the best response from Twitter. I think I'm probably close to 90,000 followers on Twitter, which is great.
Yeah. What was your main goal when you first started the Hatebreed, and how those goals stand now?
In the beginning, had like a 5-year plan, and it was pretty much achieved all that stuff. Like, do a U.S. tour, put out a record, or record a demo, put out a record, try to get signed, and we did all that. And then the second 5-year plan was the tough one. How do you get on tour with Slayer? How do you get on tour with bigger bands? But we managed to do that too. And then we really exceeded a lot of our expectations. Touring with Ozzy, Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, Slipknot, doing the Ozfest, doing Mayhem Fest, getting nominated for a Grammy, selling 1 million records. I mean, yeah, I think it's exceeded our expectations, especially because coming from the punk and hardcore scene, everybody tells you no. The mainstream music industry tells you that you're not even real music. You're just screaming. It's just noise. It'll never get on the radio. It'll never be on the video. But now it's like the last 2 albums, we probably had the most success and the most global success. So, I mean, that's beyond our expectations, which is good.
So, anything you want to say as a closer to your Finnish fans?
I would love to come back and do Provinci Rock, like we were talking about before the interview. That was a great show, great time, or Tuska. But I mean, I'm just really happy we're getting to do a headline set because we'll get to play songs from every record, and you know, people have been writing us letters and tweeting me and, you know, Facebook and everything for years now saying, when are you going to do a headline show in Helsinki? So it's just good to be back, and thank you guys for the interview. And yeah, give us a shout on social media. Follow Wayne on Instagram at Wayne Lazanak. And I'm on Twitter, Jamey Jasta. And yeah, check out the new CD, The Divinity of Purpose, in stores now. And hopefully we'll see you guys next summer.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.